think it's a classic challenge for a lot of people because I think people don't know when to stop sometimes. It's not like like at least personally from my perspective, like sometimes there are projects where it's very clear what you want and you can see it in your head and you just do it. And like sometimes you don't know what it is and you're trying it, you're coming up with some cool stuff and you do feel like the more I try, the more value I can get, the more I can explore because maybe there's so much more left to do. It's not clear. It's like you're swimming in the ocean and you don't know how far it stretches. But I also think like the challenge here is that maybe for me now, I recognize this is also perhaps whenever I feel like that, it's because I don't actually understand the problem. I don't understand what I'm trying to do. It's more like, so is the question more about me needing to keep exploring? Or is it maybe I should say, hey, let's stop. Maybe I'll think about what the problem is, or what am I trying to achieve first, understand that problem more, and then look at what I have. And if it's enough, maybe that's enough, right? And just accept, right? But, I think when you're younger as well, if you're a student, like, I think there is a restlessness that you want to do everything. You want to you want to have no stone unturned. Like, you can't accept that, what if that one, the next thing, what if the next sketch, what if the next render is the one, it's going to make it, 10 times better, 100 times better.
So now, having gone through all the project experiences and, things after your learning student days, how do you now know when a project is finished or when something is done?
I don't think projects can be completed, like fundamentally, right? Like, sorry, I don't. Maybe this is not the answer you want. It's like
no, I don't. I have no.
But like fundamentally, like there are a couple. Like if you think about it from a product standpoint, right? When is a project done? Well, if the project meets the requirements, if you test it against your users, and it works, and people have no complaints, that's done. You can say to some extent that's done, right? But you can always do more testing. What if the people you're testing is not enough? What if they're not the right people? Maybe you missed something. You can test again. Maybe you can do more discovery work. You can do more evaluation. You can find out more problems, right? But then it's a question of like diminishing returns. And I think that's why like you can keep working on things forever, right? And maybe that's good. Maybe I think like when you look at like hyperrealism, like in art, right? Like there is a magic to like doing exercising skill in art and refining to an nth degree, to the point where it is like mind blowing. And there's some kind of admiration when you look at something like that, right? But then I think the practical thing in the real world, it's kind of like it's probably a tipping point, right? Like there is a diminishing return. Probably for me, it's a combination of like it's diminishing return plus there's something more important or more exciting to work on, and I feel like well, this is enough. Like, even if I feel it's not complete, I don't feel it'll give. And I think maybe this is the important thing for me is that now it's not about what I feel, but how I feel the project, other people perceive it, or, like some external thing rather than some intrinsic thing, right? So like if people experienced it and I've created some joy in people's life, or if it's out there, the work is documented, it's fine. I can pick it up anytime because it is in a good state, right? I guess that's the other thing, right? Don't leave your work in a bad state because that makes it hard to pick up. So it's more about, so like maybe like, yeah. So trying to sum up all the thoughts. When is a project done? I think a project's never done, but I think if you were to pick a point to count when it's done is when you feel like you can stop, or like when you feel like if you stop and you move away to something else, you can come back and it's not a problem. Like that's how I feel. You wouldn't feel like angsty about it. You wouldn't feel sad about it. You wouldn't feel, like, oh man, I forgot to do something. So, and I think that's a combination of like how you feel about it. That's important as well in some cases, and how you feel the projects has been successful or been able to achieve those objectives. Yeah.